Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a very special guest with me in the form of Varsha Lakhwani. She is an influencer marketer with over 10k followers on Instagram. She has recently started her own social media agency by the name of Socially Available. So I welcome you to my channel, Varsha Lakhwani. Thank you so much for giving me your time. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's great to be here, Rahul.
So I'd like to tell my viewers the main motive of this video. So the main motive of this video is to highlight various aspects of influencer marketing because I feel that a lot of brands have got this concept wrong. They don't know the potential of influencer marketing. And obviously, you have been an influencer marketer. You have partnered with a lot of brands. You'd be the best person to educate the users, educate the viewers, educate the brands as to what strategy should be adopted. So jumping to the first question, why influencer marketing matters according to you?
I think influencer marketing is a great way to showcase your product in an organic way to people via people who they trust or they like. It's like it's as simple as if your friend tells you something, you would believe that oh, okay, the person is using the product and it's great. So I
Yes,
think that's how it works better, because it's like the new age mouth of word publicity sort of a thing, and everyone is on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. So depending on your target audience, you gotta pick the influencers on a particular platform. And it's pretty much like it's always people who are kind of inspiring and influencing other people. So that's where um, it works.
right. So yes, word of mouth marketing does work a lot, and I also personally believe that word of mouth marketing was never beaten and will never be beaten in the future by any
Correct.
other form of marketing. Be it you pay a lot, but then that word of mouth marketing you can't get it through the money that you spent out. So
Yes.
that's a very valid point. That's a very important point. Now, second is that I've seen a lot of brands struggling with, who have decided that they want to go with influencer marketing, but then they struggle to approach the influencers. They struggle to actually get them on board. So, based on
Yeah.
your experience, if you could highlight something on that.
So honestly, now here I would like to talk about. I have received messages from some brands on my Instagram account that hey, they just start with hey, how are you, and just ghost. So honestly, whether a person has 500 followers or 5,000 followers,
Right.
they would not respond to you if they don't know you. So you gotta like send a proper message. Hey, I'm the founder or owner or a marketing person of so and so brand,
Yes.
and I'm approaching to you because I want to explore this XYZ opportunity with you. Here are the details, or would you be happy to jump on a call, or should I email you? Then ask, like, literally convey why are you getting in touch. Just don't
Yes.
leave it at hi, how are you. So that's the very first very first thing. And by the way, hi, how are you is very common on LinkedIn also.
Yes.
People just say hi, how are you, and expect you to respond. Like, no one will.
Right. Right. That's
You don't
some
know,
kind of
you're not a friend.
personalization is important.
Exactly. So I think that's the very first step, that if you have decided that this is the person you want to go to, email them,
Yeah.
or if you're DMing them, just send a proper message. And but prior to that, you kind of got to really understand who will use your product, who is
Right.
the right person. So again, coming down to, you should be knowing that who's your target audience, and then based on that you should be picking up an influencer. So if your product is for like a 40-year-old fitness freak, then a 20-year-old fashion blogger is not the right choice.
Yes, absolutely. Many brands
Yeah.
do this mistake that they choose the wrong influencer, they spend in money and then don't
So
end up getting.
sometimes brands are trying to reach to different audience, and are trying to I don't know, like grow their audience and trying to reach a particular different audience, like not their hardcore target audience. So they're like, let's say they're trying to maybe do a look alike of, if we have to compare the Facebook ads side of it, that's what they are
Yes,
attempting to. But that comes at a later stage. That's for brands who have been doing it for a long, and they have the budget, and they are okay to spend a little extra money to experiment.
Right. Very true. Yes, that's there. And in case of influencer marketing, how do we measure that the influencer marketing really worked for a brand? This is one issue that
This is the core issue, I think. And honestly, there is that there are struggles. Okay, when
right,
you want to literally see the direct ROI, until and unless you have literally been doing influencer marketing for a year or a 6 months, and you see a growth in your sales, or like your growth in your account or engagement, that's one way to look at it. But now if you're a very small business and you just
right,
did one campaign, you just sent out your products to, let's say, 5 6 influencers, or maybe even paid them to create content for you and share it with their audience. Now
right.
it can be very tricky. You cannot just measure it that way. You should always consider that as it's it's more like a new age PR. When you show your ad in a newspaper, are you sure that you are going to get sales out of it? No.
Yeah, yes,
You're not even sure that two people are going to read it. But
very
here, at least you know that you are literally reaching, new people. People are seeing your product. So it's literally like the more you see, the more it stays here.
yes,
Like and it also depends on the situation and relevancy. Now, because we're in pandemic, um brands like Dettol and Lifebuoy have been maximizing this opportunity. But
yes,
that's
yeah,
great, because people, they have been sending their products to these micro influencers as PR packages, and they do the unboxing and they try to even use the product and all. So it kind of hits you, it stays here. So tomorrow when you go to supermarket, you will pick up one of these, whatever you have seen.
yes,
So directly you cannot. Another way how you can actually measure it, and that's how I worked for one of my clients, because they are again a small business, and they were like, no, we kind of want to see some ROI here.
hmm.
So you kind of do a hybrid of affiliate marketing and influencer marketing.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you send your products, you pay the influencers, they create the content, but they also share their discount codes.
Okay, they are the
and
unique codes.
and you are able to track the performance of the overall campaign and of a particular influencer, depending on like how many sales have been coming in via that code. Now it is
Right,
very much possible that you might just not be able to get any sales at that time, because your product is not situation specific. Now
right,
if it's a fashion brand, okay, and I saw a particular influencer wearing it, I liked it, but I am not in need of it right now. So
hmm.
again, you will have these struggles, but a good way to partially measure in terms of numbers, if you really want to, is kind of doing a hybrid of influencer marketing and affiliate marketing together.
Okay, that's a unique concept, and that's really great. And the main takeaway for me was to have a long-term vision in influencer marketing.
Yes,
Many brands, stop after one campaign. They see like it's not working, so let's
it's
just start.
not working for me. I have, and especially that happens with small businesses, because I understand, like, you have to kind of think that they have their limitations, but they are, the funny part is they are okay to advertise on radio and get their features in these magazines. And come on, like, we all know that, okay, Cosmopolitan is great, but when
Yes,
was the last time you picked up a copy and read it?
that's gone into the traditional ways of marketing.
Exactly. And but at the same time, a person, a content creator who has just like 3 to 4 thousand followers, um they won't even charge you, because you can just send them as a PR package, give them all the freedom to create or cover however they want to. So
Yes,
that would work better. But again, if you have the budget, and you really, again, that comes to like, where do you want to establish your brand?
right.
If you're trying to go luxury and high end and niche, then you got to do a mix of both. But
Hmm.
if you're like a small business taking baby steps to go up, it is okay to just stick to the new age PR, which is influencer marketing. And influencer
Right.
marketing doesn't mean that you have to literally work with the influencers. Like, work with small content creators. That works for them, and they will literally be able to help you reach out to more people. If you work with a influencer who has 1 million followers
Right.
versus 100 influencers between 10 to 10,000 followers, the
Right.
reach would be better for smaller accounts, because their engagement is higher
Hmm.
and they are more active.
Yes, that's true.
So every damn brand out there can literally work and do an influencer marketing. You don't have to reach out to Deepa Khosla or Masum Minawala for everything. It's okay to work with small content creators.
And that's a
So
myth, right? Because people associate influencer marketing with celebrities, TV stars. That's been
yeah.
associated with influencer marketing. But then the new age influencer marketing are these content creators who have 5K, 4K, 6K in this range of followers.
See, the thing is, it again, it comes down to, I think, for me, it's like abundance thinking. That don't think that you are small, so you cannot do influencer marketing. You can work with
Hmm.
micro and nano influencers. Uh, and if you are a great brand, and if you don't mind spending,
Hmm.
because of course there would be some difference, they are there for a reason. They have made it big for a reason.
Right.
But again, that shouldn't be a constraint for you. You should be okay working with small content creators as well.
Hmm.
And that's where and I think it's changing nowadays. I see so many brands, even like big brands, are working with small
Micro influencers.
influencers.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. We've seen a lot of campaigns, especially in this Diwali. I saw a lot of campaigns by micro influencers on the Instagram profile for various brands. And
Yeah.
one example I recently saw that Kunal Shah, the founder of Cred. So if you see
Hmm.
their influencer campaigns, they have partnered with the old age movie stars like Anil Kapoor, Govinda in their campaigns. So I really like the logic because had they gone for Ranbir Kapoor or Ranveer Singh, they would have ended up paying 15 crores, let's say,
but
hypothetically.
they uh but they also did with beer biceps guy Ranveer.
Ranveer
So
Albadia, yes.
they kind of tried to do a mix so that they reach out, and they have the budget, so they
Hmm.
don't mind paying to Anil Kapoor as well as to Ranveer. But it's more like trying to I don't know how to put it out there. It's like trying to reach out and break the old
You
school
want to say reaching
thinking
out different audiences, like micro
and
influencers also
breaking.
have a different audience, and
Correct. So when they work with Anil Kapoor, they are trying to reach people of, let's say, our parents' age,
hmm,
probably.
hmm,
But when they reach out to Ranveer, the beer
yes,
biceps guy, they
hmm,
are reaching out to us. So
reaching out to
it's
the youth.
literally exactly. So they are literally trying to do it, take it. This whole product is being marketed in a more holistic way, where
Right,
they are trying to reach out and break the old school thinking that no, credit cards is not good and managing can be hassle, you can get into the debt cycle. Whereas, hey, if you have this app, you can, it keeps you it
updated.
helps you manage it better, and you pay it all on time, and you are also rewarded if you use it. So it's
Yes,
like trying to break the old school thinking of the oldies, as well as trying to tell the young people that, okay, don't literally get into the debt cycle, but hey, try to use this and it would help you better.
right. That's very true. So, this is one thing that I've heard because I've also worked with brands in influencer marketing, not doing influencer marketing, but then approaching influencers for the brands. So, people say that, rather than having one macro influencer, if you have like 5, 10 micro influencers, that's a better
Yeah.
opportunity, that's a better potential for your brand. So that's what is highlighted by your words as well, that reach out,
Yes.
that can allow you to reach out to different audiences as well. So that's
Correct.
very true. And is there any one influencer campaign that really stood out for you, anyone by any of the brands in
I
recent?
think I recently saw that Daniel Valentin did the whole collaboration thing with the influencers. Now what they asked, I am assuming, because I saw a lot of these fashion influencers doing a collaborative video together. So I
Okay.
think that is what was their brief, that
Hmm.
hey, we are sending to X and Y, so you X and Y are partners and you both have to do this campaign together. So
Right.
what did they do? They tried to kind of do the same thing in a different way. The approach was different. The approach was like more festive, that okay, you can wear this watch even with Indian and outfits or fusion outfits, and
Right.
at the same time it was like a little fun way of these girls creating it together. So
Hmm.
it was trying to tap into the I would say benefits of collaborations.
Right. That's there.
So I think they paired two. They were
So the influencers came together themselves
to do it,
to
and I
right.
saw this for like a lot of them. So I am sure it was a campaign brief and not an influencer idea, though I still don't know because I don't work with them, but I assume. And that's a great idea, that okay, you tell the influencers they got to do it together, so that kind of brings in the synergy of collaboration, and the benefits are better because the X influencer is also able to reach to the audience of Y influencer, and the Y influencer is also able to reach to the audience of X influencer,
Right. Yes. Yes.
so that was
It's a win-win
something,
situation for both of them.
exactly, for the influencers and for the brand, because it's a higher reach and it gives them a little different sort of creative content rather than the boring monotonous content which generally comes out, that hey, this is my watch, I love it, and here's your 15% code. So
Yes.
it was a little different this time, and I like that.
Yes. That's an amazing example said by you. And from a brand's perspective, there was one more very important thing, that there are two approaches that I have personally seen that brands follow. Either one of them is either they pay the influencer to do their campaigns, or either they provide their service to the influencer. That's a barter. That
Yeah,
you provide your
barter
service,
basis.
take it, and promote it. So,
Yeah.
which strategy do you think works the best, or combination of both? What is your take on this?
So honestly, barter will work only with nano influencers. I wouldn't even say micro, because if someone is like 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000 account,
Hmm.
and you tell them that I'll send you my product,
Right.
or you come to my salon and just give me one post. Now they would be, I think, happy to cover it on their stories, but
Hmm.
giving a post,
Right.
um, only the small influencers or content creators would be happy to do it, because they are looking for work. They are literally out there hustling to
They're
get
desperate for
to grow.
collaborations. Yes.
Yeah, so they would be happy to do it. So that works for both a brand and these small content creators. It gives them an opportunity to work. So
Right.
barter can work, yes, it works. And sometimes when you send products to influencers, even to big influencers,
Right.
even if someone has like 30-40,000 and you send them a product, and if they genuinely liked your product,
Hmm.
they might be able to give you a post as well along with the stories. So again, when you do barter, um, if you're looking for XYZ deliverables,
Hmm.
that can be done only with very small content creators. But if
Right.
you are open to, like, let's say doing a hybrid, that okay, my budget is not, let's say, $500, but I can pay you $200 and I'll send you my product and you can keep it.
Right.
So, and also it depends on the value of the product as well. Now if
Hmm.
it's a crazy designer dress and the value itself is, let's say, I don't know, 30-40,000 rupees,
Hmm.
and if they are okay to give you that, and you are a fashion fanatic and you go like crazy, oh my god, I love it, then you might just do it. So
Yes.
it is very situational, depends on the product, depends on the price, depends on the target audience you're trying to reach. It's a lot of aspects which you have to consider when you talk about this barter approach. But the
Right.
best and simplest way is reach out to different micro influencers, send them the product, let them do whatever they want to do.
But then the problem with micro influencers is that many influencers are coming up. Literally, 2 in 10
Yeah,
person is a 10 people is an influencer nowadays.
yeah,
Because uh, with the kind of platforms that are coming up, people are exploring those platforms and people are growing there. So let's say even on LinkedIn. So it's if you post out valuable content on a daily basis, if you are there on the platform, if you are active, I can say that you can get like 2K, 3K followers in like 2 months or 3 months or
Yeah,
in this time
for
span.
sure.
And on even platforms like Instagram, if you play smart, if you know the strategies, if you use the hashtags well, everything combined, you can absolutely grow there. So how does a brand identify that, these are the set of influencers that we should target, that are good influencers?
So that again, nowadays there are a lot of apps which allow you to do influencer search for keywords. Now, if you
Okay.
don't want to do that because, let's say you don't have budget, or, you just want to, you rely on, you don't want to rely too much on machine knowledge, because ultimately it's just skimming through the keywords which you put, and if it's there in the influencers profiles,
Right.
you can search for a particular hashtag. Now, let's say if you are in Mumbai and you're looking for fashion bloggers in Mumbai,
Right.
so you pick these particular hashtags
Hmm.
and search, see the profiles, see the content, shortlist based on that. And then if you are actually going to, let's say you shortlisted 20, for
Right.
those 20 people you can get some idea about their account and analytics by using tools like Ninja Analytics, which is free. Yeah.
Yes.
So you do that, you come to know their engagement percentage, their the growth of followers, Social Blade, Ninja Analytics, any of these.
Yes.
And once you further shortlist, and then if you're paying to these influencers, you can
Right.
also ask the influencers to share their screenshot of analytics,
Okay.
their insights.
Yes.
So, but that they will give you only if you're paying them. No one will just share it just you say, because you say that, hey, I'm sending you this product. I
Yes.
mean, the tiny ones might do it, but there should be some
Benefit
monetary
given to them.
benefit
Hmm.
for them as well. Like it can work great if you're doing that barter, the hybrid of barter and affiliate marketing.
Hmm. Yes.
Sending them the product, they can keep the product, they can put out content, here's the unique code, so they have some monetary benefit. And that way they can, they might be happy to share their insights. Otherwise, this is how you can do it. Like the old school way is, you can search via particular hashtags, fashion bloggers in Mumbai, Mumbai bloggers, Mumbai foodies, if it's a restaurant review or something.
Right.
And then see the content, shortlist, check their insights, their analytics by these tools. And then if
Yes.
you want to further do it, then you can ask the influencers to send you the screenshots of their insights.
Yes, these are some amazing tips to actually shortlist influencers, and I'm sure that the viewers who are viewing this video will actually get a lot of insights. And
I'm glad.
so we also discussed about the fact that people, brands especially, can reach out to you via DMs, via, let's say, mail if you have put out your mail ID, or even sell in that case if you have put out the sell in on social media profiles. So do
Yeah.
you think there's a particular way that works more to reach out to influencers, or is it all combined?
I think sending a DM and email would be better, because sometimes DMs get lost in the other folders. And if you
Hmm.
are like looking for some urgent campaign and you reach out, the person might not see it for like 4 5 days, and they might respond to you. And that happened with me. I was reaching out to some influencers for a particular brand
Right.
campaign, and some of them came back to me so late. By the time I was like done finalizing sending the product, the campaign had already started. And they were like, oh, so sorry, we just saw the message now. And that's when I realized that for some of them, I followed up via email. So I sent them DMs,
Right.
and then when there was no response in like 2 days time, then I sent them an email also.
Okay.
So I think uh, it's always better to shoot an email if
Right.
you are in a hurry, especially. Like if you are okay, you have all the time, and if you prefer DMs, then DMs are fine. But DMs sometimes are very spammy as well, so you have to
Hmm.
word your message right. Now, I have received on my personal blog account so many messages from these brands where they tell you, oh, okay, you can join our ambassador program, blah, 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 where they are kind of trying to do affiliate marketing and influencer marketing hybrid, but in a very wrong way, where they are like, you have to just pay for the shipping. And I'm like, am I a fool that I pay money to promote your product? Why would I do that? you
Right.
know so so that's why I think DMs can be a bit spammy, and you have to word your the message right, so it doesn't appear or come across this way.
There's a very thin line between, approaching and spamming the other person.
Yes.
Very true.
So yeah, and I think that applies to every damn platform out there, including
Yes.
LinkedIn,
Yes.
like um, and Facebook. You need to word your message in a very genuine and ethical way to approach someone. Otherwise, people will not bother responding to you.
Right. That's very true. And often, the brands often end up spamming, sending 10 messages in a day, 20 messages in a day, and the frequency keeps on increasing. And the influencer has no choice but to block that account or to, you know, reply with an angry message or something.
Yeah, and I think that generally happens with the brands who are trying to misuse, or I would say exploit the influencers. They are not really giving them a fair deal. So that is where you have to understand that they work really hard, and at least compensate them with a decent, even if it's a barter, something which is worth their time.
Right. Yes, that's there. And in influencer marketing, so I'd love to get your opinion on this topic, that what is the future of influencer marketing? Where do you think it's going?
I
Let's say in
think
10 years.
um, I think that uh, it's not going to stop,
Okay.
because the world is getting more and more digital. One platform might die, another one will rise up,
Right.
but I don't see it going anywhere. And with this whole pandemic, people have stopped watching TV and going to theaters as well. So
Hmm.
next is these OTT platforms. Now
Yes.
today we are seeing these sponsored ads, and we as brands or influencers can promote our posts or products in apps, messengers,
Hmm.
and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But
Literally everything.
tomorrow you never know, that we might be able to promote our products like how YouTube allows it,
Yes.
even on these OTT platforms. And that's what I had heard Gary Vee say this, and I said, it really struck me, and I was like, wow, that actually makes sense, because
Hmm.
that's the future. Going to theater will be like a big thing, how it used to be in like early 90s, that, oh, okay,
Yes.
you're going to watch a movie in a theater, not like how we grew up. uh, and it's changing. So I think, I don't see it going anywhere. The platforms may change, the ways of working will change, but
Yes.
in terms of it going anywhere, or people like people, also another thing is, I think people have become addicted to this social media fame, the
Hmm.
concept that they can be famous without being celebrities, without being a Bollywood actor or a Hollywood actor,
Yes.
is something which is not going anywhere. So if you are providing value in any way, like whether it is helping them know the great restaurants, or styling tips, or education, or anything which is entertaining or educational or informative,
Right.
there will be platforms coming up, people will be getting onto them, and if they are following you on one platform, when that dies, people will start looking up for you in other platforms. So I
Right.
think, I at least don't think that it's going anywhere. Platforms may change, modes will change, ways will change, but yeah, I think we are just
Influencer
heading
marketing will be there.
towards. Yeah, and the only thing is, it's going to be more and more challenging for marketers to keep up with this crazy dynamic field, because every day there is something new, and I'm just like so exhausted. I'm like, what How?
One day
Why?
we learn one feature and next day there's another feature going live.
Exactly. So I think in like next couple of years, AR will be the big thing. Every
Yes.
brand will have some feature like a filter or something sort of thing where you'll be able to try their products without going to the physical stores.
Yes.
So that's something I think will come up next, because it's already there, but not very famous. It's not yet
Hmm.
accessible to all the small businesses, but big businesses, like I think it was Gucci, if I'm not wrong.
Which one?
Gucci had started Gucci.
Okay.
Uh, they had
It had
started
started the you're saying
shoes
about.
on. You can try their shoes via their AR some feature. I don't know on what platform. I remember reading it, but I am
Okay.
not sure which brand was it. It's been a while. But yeah, brands are doing it. They have like this is coming up. So I'm sure
Yes.
like how um when Instagram filters started, only few
Hmm.
people know they could create filters. Now
Yes.
every second person is having their filters,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So yeah, I think AR would be the next thing, and then God knows what's coming next. So yeah, the only challenge I see is for the marketers.
Right. So I also personally feel that's a very good point that, first the OTT platforms are going to take over. This is something that I also believe in. And in fact, going to theaters will become something like going to, watch plays like in 19.
Yeah, it would be like Broadway's.
It would go down with changing
Yeah,
times. So that's there, and obviously influencer marketing will increase. We are seeing a rise in the number of influencers every day. Like every day there is
yeah.
an influencer coming up. So obviously that will go up. Now that was it about influencer marketing.
Followers, and I'm still at 10K. And
Yes,
then, I would be like, but she was putting out content daily. I wasn't. So,
yes,
you yourself would answer it if you start. And some people are really putting the effort so much, and they're taking crazy amount of action where um, I think the luck also favors them. So
yes,
it happens, and it can be you if you actually keep on trying. Like so many people, it just needs that one post or one creation which just shoots. That guy, that Yashraj guy, that he was there all this while. No one knew
yes,
about him until that Rasoda
yes,
remix he
yes,
did. Yeah.
yes. That
So
is
it just takes that one piece of content, or it could be that one client, it could be anything small, but you have to keep doing it